It's time for trigger warning.
Trigger warning! Fuck your feelings, you little snowflake! Triggerwarning.tv.
Hello and welcome to the very final trigger warning of 2019. Not 2020 as Graham mistakenly put in the description. Come on over, Graham. Sit yourself down.
I know, I'm not very good tonight, am I?
No. Now, tonight's show was going to be an absolute rage fest from the desk over there as usual, but we decided it's the last show of the year. What could be more Christmassy than talking about trans activists and paedophiles? Don't confuse the two. And then relax into just chatting our usual brand of bullshit. So that's the plan for this evening. Something a little different, something a little more relaxed. As you can see, we have a Christmas tree.
There's gifts as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
So
And the sparkly lights. It's all very Christmassy here at Trigger Warning. And not at all what we usually do. Who have we got in? We got Natalie. Hello, Natalie. Happy dog, Kenny Ballbag. Is Mrs. Ballbag watching, by the way? Jock Trucker. Buckscore. How you doing, guys? Good to see you in there. We had a cracker on Tuesday, didn't we?
We did. I really enjoyed it.
That was a stormer on Tuesday.
I was awake for a long time afterwards as well. We did the same thing we always do as well. Like we
Chatting for ages.
I was desperate for a shit as well. I was like, mate, don't want to be rude, but I need a shit really bad. And then just sat there for 10 minutes.
But before I do go for one, there's just another couple of things. Graham's just, you know what, I've already discussed this on Twitter. He's not fat.
What the fuck, man? I got a dad bod here. What are you on about?
He's gregnant.
What are you on about? This is
Gregnant.
I've got a stunning dad bod. Some people really like this, actually.
Gregnant.
Yeah, thanks, Greggs, by the way, for bringing us the show. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, we keep saying that in the vague hope that perhaps they will. I tried to start a bidding war with Greggs and Poundland last night, but apparently they're not having it.
I just want a cease and desist letter. We need to put the logo up at some point.
What was it? Someone posted as a tagline. If enjoying a sausage roll made by a convicted paedophile is wrong, I don't want to ever be right. That was fantastic. I've forgotten the account name that did it, but anyway, thank you, whoever you are. That gave me a real laugh. It looked fantastic. Happy Dog says it looks like 3 homeless Carphone warehouse staff camping out in the shop. Now it's closed.
Speaking of that, did you see the gender neutral Santa that they've put up in America over the mall? And it reminded me then, because it's just a fat Santa, but his belly's out instead. He's got his belly exposed and he's wearing fishnets, and it does just look like a homeless mental case. It's just like gender neutral.
I'm too old for this sort of thing. I don't understand.
Can you be gender neutral without just being a total slut, though? Are the two things not compatible? Why is he like that? He's like, dude.
Is that what gender neutral people do?
He's literally like, ah.
Grow a big beard and then wear fishnets.
And
then demand access to the ladies' changing room.
If we were going to go woke, I'd take sexy lady Santa over that instantly.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be all about that.
Well, seeing as we're already on the topic, I think we've got to start with J.K. Rowling.
Oh, yeah.
Author of the Harry Potter series of books, for those 3 people who might not know. See, J.K. Rowling played to the crowd a little when she came and said that the head wizard, I nearly said grand wizard, that's a different thing entirely, but he might have been gay and Hermione was black, and she's been playing to the crowd a bit, but today she made a little bit of a boo-boo. You see, she made this tweet, and Graham will give you some background on this, but the tweet was, this is J.K. Rowling, by the way, dress however you please, call yourself whatever you like, sleep with any consenting adult who'll have you, live your best life in peace and security, but force women out of their jobs for, say, stating that sex is real? I stand with Maya. Hashtag this is not a drill. Now, Maya did something terrible, didn't she, Graham?
Yes. Maya called a dude who just looks like a dude and who's got a beard. He didn't even call him. Just said it on social media that like I'm not really gonna call you a they. I'm sorry. And like she even said I will respect you, but you've got to understand that if you look like that, you're a he. And then she topped it off with saying that you cannot change biological sex. You cannot change biological sex. And what does that mean? Obviously, she lost a job, employment tribunal.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't sack her, did they? They just didn't renew her contract. Didn't renew her contract, and then she's been crucified.
Yeah.
On Twitter, obviously Twitter. There's going to be a lot of Twitter content tonight. But J.K. Rowling said this. So, of course, inevitably, a load of men are now piling on J.K. Rowling, saying, always knew she was a TERF. If you go and follow the hashtag J.K. Rowling now,
yeah,
so all people go, never did like Harry Potter anyway. It's like, yes, you did. You filthy shut-in incel. You read every book and lived your best life through them. And now, though, she's got to be cancelled.
Yeah.
Because apparently science is outdated.
It's white supremacy, isn't it?
Yeah, science is
Colonial.
outdated. The idea that you cannot change your biological sex is an outdated scientific belief. I've not seen any science to replace this science.
I've seen a few people, you know, when people have been arguing about this all day, I've seen a lot of people just go, well, go on then, show me.
Yeah.
Show me this science. And it's always just crickets, dead.
Yeah, well, they show you psychologists saying that, no, if people are transitioning, then that's fine. 'Cause we spoke about this on Tuesday. The new thing that the SNP in Scotland are trying to push through, where you can self-ID and change your birth certificate, but will still protect women's spaces. However, they're not allowed to ask people if they're biological women. You can't say, have you got a gender recognition certificate? Not allowed.
Yeah.
Now, what we get here, obviously, every time is, well, you're erasing trans people. What about our trans rights are human rights? But so are women's. And they say, well, what women's rights are going? It's like, it's not about, I don't believe, I mean, I'm not a woman. I can't speak for women. And I genuinely can't. Unless I've got my patriarchy party rosette on.
Unless it's a group meeting, obviously. Yeah.
Well, the truth is, I can't speak for how women feel.
Yeah.
And I'd assume the majority of women don't have a problem with transsexuals that have been through the operation. You know, they tend, all the ones we've met on here, they never go, I'm a woman. They don't tend to do that. You refer to them as one, because what else you can do?
Yeah, because you can have
You've
just
got
basic
to. You've got to
levels
be
of
decent to
decency,
people. I think it's the self-IDing, bearded, hairy-ass blokes with the rampaging fucking hard-ons. You know, and then so instantly goes, you're transphobic. It's like, no, I have nothing against trans people. But I don't think just deciding you're a woman whilst still having a big manly cock and a fucking beard and hairy fucking knuckles is enough.
You're just like me and you go, no, I'm a woman.
I don't think that's enough.
It's a
and
power
I don't
play,
think
innit?
women want to share their changing rooms, their rape crisis centres, their refuges with men. But instantly we get shown, well, what about the transsexuals? They're victims. It's like, I don't think anyone's looking at them. I think they're being used like the way intersex people get used in the argument. I had that bang in my head with Adrian Comerford, wherever he's fucking, what a useless bellend he is. And, you know, someone said about being assigned sex. And what fucker is that, assigned sex? Well, intersex. So what are you talking about? It's like arguing by exception, you know. One black man commits a murder, all black people are murderers. You can't do that shit. Now, luckily, an intersex person who I've had only a week chat with since jumped in and went, don't fucking use me.
Yeah.
You know, in this. And what they're doing is, it's almost like they're protecting beardy bloke who really should not be in those fucking spaces. I mean, if you want to identify as a woman and go outside and go, my name's Deirdre, you know, when you're a strapping 6'2" fucker with a big square jaw and all that. Fine, I don't give a fuck. But you know what? Ladies' toilets and changing rooms? No.
And like we said a few times, sexual assaults are going up in those spaces.
Yes, they are. And that's an inconvenient truth.
Yeah, because they're not protecting trans people. They're just giving sex offenders an opening. And here's the thing as well, man. With everyone all day today, trans rights are human rights. But I stand with trans people, and it's like, no, you don't. You're standing with trans activists.
Yeah.
There's plenty of actual trans people who say, I am biologically a man.
Oh, but they're the wrong ones.
But they're erased.
If you go on, let's say Graham Linehan's feed,
yeah,
okay, or his site or wherever, you'll see that the trans people there that are going, I don't think this is right. They're called bootlickers.
Yeah.
True scum. Again, not trans scum, which was the original one. But when you go and look at that cherry, you get terrible pictures because it's trans cum. And I got a shock. Terrible. Fair took the wind out of my sails. But they're treated a bit because they're the wrong kind of trans people. It's like, TERFs.
Yeah, it's like
wrong kind of woman.
Shut the fuck up. We're busy protecting you here.
When we first started talking about this a year or two ago, I said then, and everyone said, it's not like I was the first person to come out with it, but it's clearly just blokes telling women what to fucking do.
Yeah.
And there's no way around it. It's like, that Yaniv monster, okay? Forcing his way into women's spaces. Now it looks like he's in the shit because he's being charged with firearm offences, weapons offences for the taser on Blair White's video. And 2 unnamed charges.
Yeah.
Now, I know for a fact there's the accusations of him masturbating on camera in front of teens. I know for a fact he showed his tit to a 17-year-old girl. Trans.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the fucking video. I think Miss London covered it as well, or one of the two.
Oh, she confuses me, Aidan. She
London.
makes me feel a bit
That's
all
funny
down
as
there.
fuck, though.
Yeah.
She's very good. But it was on one of them. Just pop the tit out to go, look, I am trans.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still protected. But Jessica Yaniv will go in a women's prison.
Yeah.
In Canada.
You know what annoys me though? Canada had C-16. They had a huge public debate. It's the reason Jordan Peterson's so famous, and they brought the law in. To much debate and frustration and arguments and see what'll happen. You're opening the door to people like Jessica, and that's what happened, right? Yeah. Here, we had that massive consultation about the GRA, which is how this lady got in trouble in the first place, because she was openly discussing it, whilst it's still in consultation. It's not been brought in as law yet. And then the government obviously had so much negative mixed shit in the election and Brexit. The government just put it away. They didn't act on it. They've not brought it in yet. But why in Canada? Canada, there was a day, C-16, it's happened now. But in this country, it hasn't even happened yet. And yet, for some reason, judges are going on something that's still on consultation.
That judgment was terrifying.
Insane. And that shit that he wrote about disgusting, you can't humiliate people and
with facts,
rob their dignity and
with
stuff.
Facts.
But all anyone's doing is getting that bit of the judgment. They're not reading the whole thing. They're not reading the paragraph, one paragraph up, that states that she was completely right in what she said. You cannot change biological sex. There's no issue with that. They're cropping that bit out and just going on that bit. It's fucking bullshit.
Well, do you remember that time? Was it when we were in the first studio, wasn't it? I think I did an ego search on Google or Facebook, and I found that somebody had quoted me on a trans. That was just after we'd hired 2 trans folks to work in.
Yeah.
And so I went and had a look, and it was when someone interviewed us and asked about videos with trans people on Live Leak, and I said, we're not going to take them down especially. They're just people, aren't they?
Yeah.
Why are they any different?
You let me post on there, Aidan, so it's obviously very inclusive.
There we go. But my whole point was, why would you ask us to take down a video of a woman being attacked in the street or a man being attacked in the street? Why a trans person? Well, I genuinely didn't understand what the issue was. They took that quote, the admin of the group, pasted it, And then underneath that, misquoted me. Underneath my actual quote. And everyone focused on their misquote.
Yeah.
So all I did was go in and say, look, not being funny. I don't see how this encourages anything. And that's not what I said. You know, you can read it. It's just that banned. And this was before all this got going. And that's what I thought, this is all a bit.
That's the tactic. That's the tactic, though, isn't it? Just block you, like that one.
Silence
Like,
straight away.
That journalist the other day who put out that thing about Diane Abbott being the most harassed MP of all, and I just said, no, you're wrong. And then I was in the middle of sourcing the information because I know it's wrong. I know that Corbyn and Boris get way more.
Oh, yeah.
Way more, and that's according to BuzzFeed. They're not like fucking. They'd rather it was Diane Abbott. Let's be honest, but they just block you. Oh no. This contradicts.
Well, look
the
at
narrative.
that post
Fuck
you had
you.
the other day where you put that meme up, didn't you? Because someone did the OK.
Yeah.
And it was from Chiptune, which are a very delicate bunch of people at the best of times.
Well, yeah. Let's let everyone know for context. So somebody used that at the end of a thing, you know, the OK sign, because they were like, yeah, that's okay by me. So I did a series of 4 pictures that were meant as 4 pictures. That was like, picture 1 was me going, huh? Picture 2 was the OK symbol. Picture 3 was me looking closely at it, and picture 4 was someone doing the Roman salute, which has now been screen grabbed by 20 people.
Of course.
The idea being, oh, are you dog whistling? Let's have some fun with how ridiculous it
Didn't
is.
get that though, did they, Graham?
And they just, no. I had 3 different people going, why are you posting pictures of that? As if they've only looked at the last picture.
Well, it's
and
when
gone,
that guy said, post it, because I was out, wasn't I?
Yeah,
I was in
yeah,
school
yeah,
play,
yeah.
So I had to rush home. But he said, you know, you shouldn't even joke with pictures of people giving a Hitler salute. No, Nazi salute.
Yeah,
Hitler
yeah,
salute.
Hitler.
So all I did was say, why not?
I know.
Because as far as I'm concerned, anything's out there for being joked about. What
Yeah.
does it matter? And he said, do not at me again.
Don't at me. Oh, because you finished dictating to me about how I use my own speech for humour, how I mock white nationalists. You've told me what I am and aren't allowed to do. And just fuck off, Graham. Fuck off, because I've decreed it now.
What I
Go
did
fuck yourself.
was quite rightly, I said, no problem. Beneath it was a photo of Adolf Hitler doing that. He didn't speak to me anymore.
No.
I can't imagine why. Probably that I'm a terrible Nazi.
Wait, has he never watched Father Ted? What about that Jojo? I mentioned Jojo Rabbit. It's literally Hitler as an imaginary friend who's...
But it's weird with Nazis nowadays. Do you remember our YouTube video that was banned? Which was a video of me attacking Nazis. Modern and traditional, old school. That was taken down. I had to get a manual review and still they stuttered and fucked about.
We got it in the end though, didn't we?
Yeah, but you can't win. You just can't win. But to be honest, finding that picture of Hitler doing that fucking
Okay.
I was very happy. I was on WhatsApp.
I love it.
I'm very happy, Graham.
I felt bad though because the fella who I originally made the
Oh,
joke
he's
to...
gone private, hasn't he?
Has he gone private?
Yeah.
Jesus
After I told him
Christ.
everything would be okay, it's
I know.
fine.
He apologised twice, like no uncertain terms, bent the knee. And he's like, no. I wasn't saying you're a Nazi. I was. Oh,
I actually put that post of them, which
is he gone private?
which dickhead clicked like on, where I said, look, mate, it's all right. It's not a white power symbol. It means okay.
Jesus.
We all know that. And nobody
Means
thinks
okay.
you're a white supremacist.
No.
You're in the chiptune movement. You're not even allowed to sneeze. You don't even say the colour black. You know, just fucking, that's it. It's chiptune.
Yeah, they're very,
Woke
very
as
repressed,
fuck.
aren't they? They need to get out there a little bit, man.
Super woke.
I can't believe that though. It's just like, oh, did you just post a picture of the salute? He's fucking blocked me.
They're so lucky I wasn't at home when I first saw that.
Oh,
conversation.
you delicate little fucker. He's blocked me, bless him.
Which one? The one that apologised over there?
All of them.
I'll never find that in my notifications. I'll never find it.
I just went on my media to see where, because my notification's miles away now. I love that they've both blocked me. Bless their little faces. Well, if you're watching this, you need to grow the fuck up, man.
Just man up.
She used to be alright.
Person up.
She used
See?
to be alright.
I'm fucking modern. Person up.
Bless
There we go. Person up.
She,
Walk it off.
She's been pulled in though, because she's a tranny and she's I remember her getting shat on by the community because she dared say that she was a biological male. And how things change, eh? They just abused her for 2 years, and now she's bending the knee and walking the line with him, hammering on about those capitalists and all that nonsense. As if capitalists are these evil fucking, just men on high going, how can we twist them? How can we use them? Go fuck yourself. Bless her.
Dreadful arsehole.
I honestly, I think she's a victim in all this. She's.
But I'm not getting into all that because basically, if you bend the knee, you're just a fuck up anyway. But the whole TRA thing is getting incredibly insidious now, and incredibly dangerous. Now, it's very hard to find positives in a Tory government. But I think one is it will not be accelerating quite as quickly now. If we'd ended up with the Labour Lib Dem coalition,
Yeah.
or we're low down in the pecking order, we'd be fucked. People, Maya or J.K. Rowling or Graham Lynn and whoever, they'd be royally fucked. Devil's Island, mate, I'm telling you. Gulags. Owen Jones would take you on a journey. What does he mean when he says that? Is it anywhere nice? Is it on a cruise ship?
I don't know.
Is the dancing?
I can't stop watching interviews with Owen Jones from the night of the election, that like the ones on the night. Because for some reason, he kept doing them, even though he was distraught.
What did anyone expect? It's like Aaron Bastiani, we spoke about him.
Yeah.
Owen Jones. What can you expect if you call a nation of people racists and fucking idiots, and you think you're winning because people on Twitter click like? But that's what's happening with this TRA thing. It's all born from social media. That's where they're getting the traction. What is it? Mermaids is like, 3 fucking people? Yet they exert massive power on media outlets. Even The Sun have admitted to checking with trans groups before the release of story. The Sun.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
The biggest monster of all our tabloids.
Because they know people have got this gut reaction where, like with this thing at the moment with J.K. Rowling, it all boils down to the lie that you can change biological sex. That's what it boils down to. But people are so scared of being on the wrong side of it and being ostracised. And that's the thing that they go through. Everyone you follow, everyone you like, all your tweets. I'm not playing the game anymore, man. Like, these dickheads can block me. For all, I don't care. They can go in their little bubble. Thank fuck right now. I can't stand the Tories. But thank fuck that those knobheads are in power. Because at least they're just corrupt, self-serving arseholes. They're not looking to...
They're not into bending knees, are they? The
No, well, certain kinds of... Maybe
in private.
Maybe it's a kid.
In private.
But at least they're just bastards. They're not looking to do this destructive, horrible, like literally top-down authoritarian control of not just your life, but your thoughts as well. And it's people hammering on about the media and brainwashing, and it's like, I've never seen so much projection in my life. I've remembered the thing, dude. Do you remember when I was over there? And I was like, I'll tell you on air.
Yes.
All this, the trans stuff is coming up again, and I know exactly why. It's because of the election, but not for the reason you might think. It's because news agencies, from midnight up until 10 p.m, weren't allowed to discuss the election beyond dogs or whatever. So they had to fill the whole day. And almost every news station was just trans stories all day long. It was like they've been saving them all.
Do you know, people don't realise, and this is, I was chatting with Richie Allen on the phone before, and one genuine concern I have, let's take it aside, like the elections, the constant pressuring and insulting by the Labour activists against everyone else. What happened was the inevitable. My great fear is that they're going to keep pushing, and the people that will suffer are going to be the genuinely transsexual people.
Yeah, 100%.
Who genuinely do need help, because they've got, gender dysphoria. They need support. The only way they can feel happy in their own skin and their own lives is presenting as the sex they wish to present as. And the backlash comes them because Beardy Man can go back to being a man.
Yeah.
He can just decide, well, today I'm identifying as a man again.
I'm a he again.
Yeah,
I've sorted that out.
I think that's the really big problem. I think that's a huge issue. It is going to backfire. When I was talking with a trans man, he was telling me he sees that in 15, 20 years, it's going to be lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. Look at the amount of kids they're looking at putting on puberty blockers now. This is not based on science. It's based on overinflated suicide numbers from the likes of mermaids. People that think a child who might be effeminate or a little masculine must therefore live as that. What if they're just like that now? What if they're just turning out to be gay?
Yeah. Or just kinky or transsexual. You know,
or
they might just say,
a tomboy.
Yeah. But for
We used to have those. Do you remember those?
Yeah, but for a certain number of them, they get sexual pleasure from wearing clothes associated with the opposite sex. But that's not allowed.
We're
now.
talking about kids of 6 and 7. What if, like by 10 it's finished?
Yeah.
But it's too late then because you're in the program.
Which, again, if you look at the data, the vast majority of them, they are just gay.
Yeah.
They are gay. That's it. And that's just how it manifests. The confusion of it coming up and everything, and
Obviously, we shouldn't be medicating children. You can't advocate against male circumcision, which is perfectly reasonable to advocate against. On the flip side, encourage giving medication and puberty blockers. To kids, puberty blockers are not this harmless pause.
Yeah, no, they go
life.
fully reversible. No, it's fucking
It does
not.
It can do massive damage to a person, and does. But science is now to be ignored. Science is to be set aside. Everything's about the feelings now. Feelings instead of science. How do you feel? 1% of the population. And of course, the minute you say things like this, you're a TERF, you're a baldy old gammon, that much is true. Someone did actually call me a TERF, and I never knew I fitted the criteria as a radical feminist.
No, yeah.
I really wasn't aware I was one.
Well, they all hide back, don't they? It's like a Morton Bailey thing. They go, well, it's just a descriptor. It's not a slur. And then the second you go, biological sex is real, they go, fucking TERF, fucking die, TERF.
But, I mean, how are these people that want equality and caring and understanding, and then turn around the next minute and tell a woman they hope she dies in a fucking house fire? How can you do that? Punch all TERFs. You're a man talking about hitting women. I'm not a man and a woman. You're 6'2" with a 43-inch chest and biceps that look like a bag of walnuts.
That's a hate crime, though, isn't it? Calling him a man. I love that as well. I saw someone genuinely giving a big speech the other day about and it was Jessica Yaniv. Someone said her here, and it was like, how dare you? Like, no matter what they've done, they deserve to be gendered appropriately. It's like, Jessica Yaniv? What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, but that was the thing. It was like, so wait. You're ranking forced use of pronouns above paedophilia now then, are you? Is that how important it is? Go fuck yourself.
No, they are. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to bring him up again because, it was after I replied to him the other day, so that's when all this kicked off me, Graham Linehan.
Yeah.
He was nominated as, is it Dick of the Year, Dickhead of the Year? And they're not giving it him now because apparently he wanted it.
Really?
So they said, right, you're not eligible now.
He would have turned up, wouldn't he? Waved at them all.
But I wasn't reading something he said. I just followed Dash out about him being Dick of the Year and people celebrating. And there was one person going, God, he deserves it, TERF this, fucking ranting mad old bastard and the other. And I was thinking, he's only fucking 4 years on me, isn't he? Am I a ranting old bastard? And of course my wife went, yes. But I was reading one and someone said, hang on, in this world where we have Jessica Yaniv, he's the Dick of the Year.
Yeah.
And someone responded, this is the God's honest shit. It might not be verbatim, but it's near enough. There is a whole world full of predators. But what Linehan's doing is genuinely evil. Now, do you know what? I might have disagreed with him on a few things in the past. But I don't know that is necessarily worse than a paedophile. But apparently it is.
I love it, though, because he's one of them, hasn't he, where he's just been aged out of it. Graham Linehan, he is a dick. He says some dickhead things sometimes. But he is literally standing up for women and women's rights And trans people. There's loads of
Yeah,
trans people
yeah.
that are women.
The wrong kind, though.
But the wrong trans people.
wrong
the
trans
wrong ones.
people.
Because they don't... And this is the thing, man. They don't realise... Because they're bigots. Because they're small-minded, unimaginative bigots. So to them, there's a trans community. I hate the word community. Because it makes you think that they're all the same. And they're all... And this isn't like a tabletop board game community. You know, where they all meet up and they've got that shared interest. It's like, no, the trans people are just as varied as any other group.
Yeah.
Some of them are super
No,
conservative.
you're not allowed
and-
to be varied anymore.
No, you've got to be
These
that-
things are finished.
Yeah,
Individuality is done. You will assimilate.
yeah.
And it's just daft old fuckers like me that don't seem able. But just reading some of the comments about that, putting Linehan lower down than a fucking paedophile, I struggle with things like that. You know, I do struggle. It's like when we were joking where Tommy Robinson had his book removed from Amazon. Yet Mein Kampf was still available.
Yeah.
Ergo, we have to use the Hitler scoring system. Tommy Robinson is apparently worse than Hitler. Now, whatever you think of Tommy Robinson, and I've said many things about Tommy Robinson, I don't know that I could say, hand on heart, he's worse than Adolf Hitler.
You know what?
I think I struggle with that.
I keep telling people that I wrote. Well, you know, who'd you vote for? Oh, I just wrote Tommy Robinson. I keep telling people. I mean, I didn't, but that's what I keep telling people.
Did it right.
And I kind of wish I had done now because it might have got on the news. Like if I'd just done it that stupid enough. I wish I had.
But it's
done
this
now.
ridiculous thing we're in now where everything's become so hyperbolic that genuinely someone that stands up for women's rights and trans people but doesn't go along with the trans activists is worse than someone who abuses their trans status and asks people about inserting tampons in young girls or putting pads on young girls and wanks off in front of them on the internet. Now, I don't know much about Graham Linen's private life, but I've never seen one example of Graham Linehan having a talk in front of a kid on the fucking internet.
No,
I don't think he's the sort.
that's why he won't talk to me anymore.
But see, this is the thing we're facing now. This is what we're facing. Richie Allen has it with the Jew thing because he's had people on his show that have been anti-Semitic, even when he's challenged them.
Yeah.
I think it was Nick Colostrum. He asked him, you know, are you mental? Because I think it was Nick Colostrum. Because Nick Colostrum, they misquote as well. I'm going to stand up for Richie again here.
Yeah.
He said Nick Colostrum did important work. Ooh, well, Nick Colostrum is a Holocaust denier. He is a piece of shit. Right? There's no two ways about it. But he wrote a book on the 7/7 attacks and showed why he believes it didn't happen like they said.
Yeah.
Using all evidence and all this. So he put something together, and Richie said, that's important work. You know, Richie's of the conspiratorial frame of mind.
He fucking loves it, doesn't
That
he?
was taken and applied to Nick Colostrum's other belief,
Right.
and I think it's Nick Colostrum, so forgive me, that Jewish people are genetically evil. And Richie was like, you're fucking mad. What are you talking about? So it's the same thing now. You know, it's just like, you've spoken to somebody that doesn't like the Jews, you filthy anti-Semitic Nazi fan, you!
Yeah,
You know,
no.
Linehan once spoke about the insanity of the fucking TRAs. I fucking hates trans people. You know, and yet somehow, well, you know, he identifies as a woman, so we'll let you off that whole kiddie thing.
Where's that? Who's that guy from? Williamson, Chris Williamson.
Oh, he's a creepy
Did you see
motherfucker.
that video he done? Where he's just full on. It was the Jews that meant everyone we thought the Jews did it.
The best part
It's
was-
like, what, mate?
Yeah, there was an argument with him in this report. This reporter just went, I'm a political journalist. You're not even a politician. Fuck off.
Yeah.
And I was laughing. So Chris Williams said, stop, set your sights higher. It's like, I just said, how can you set them higher when he's talking to you? Fair dues, the man's a fucking car crash. And one of his followers came out, you're a twit. I said, is that it?
Oh, there's Richie, by the way.
Is that it? Richie Allen, hello. Yeah, you see, there he goes. And he was
Admire
right,
him.
you know, he did. He commented on his 7/7 books. I went back, Richie told me about this. And I went back. Not that I distrusted Richie, I wanted to see how it fell. And it's true, they've taken him saying his 7/7 stuff was essential work in here, and just click down onto his other fucking stuff that's clearly fucking mental. You know, and that's how it works now. It's
It says, "Do not donate." Graham gives it all to the Richie.
well, you did try and fish Richie, didn't you?
What?
The other day.
Yeah, I only. Oh yeah, when I asked Richie
When
about
Boris
the...
wants to make the BDSM movement illegal.
Yeah, and he just avoided it. I paid him money. To speak.
It's true because Richie didn't take the bait.
He's like, "Oh, I don't know about that."
Boris Johnson looks like he's going to make the BDS movement illegal. I don't really give a fuck about the politics behind it. I just think it's hilarious, the meltdown that's going to happen afterwards. So Graham sent Richie a super chat mentioning it, thinking, here we go. Richie didn't go for it. And as soon as the show ended, Graham was in my WhatsApp going, I want a fucking refund.
Yeah, I want me fucking $5 back. Give him $5. I didn't even do the minimum. I bumped it up to a $5. I was like, go on, tell me about Boris and BDS. Richie, I need a good long wank this morning.
Oh yeah, Richie, there's no monetization on here anymore. We're bullies and we harass people because I called Jonathan Yaniv a fat nonce.
Yeah.
So I'm harassing a paedophile.
But if anyone does want to donate, there's links in the description. Alex is sharing in there. But if you go to support us, there's everything you could possibly want there, including PayPal and all the rest of it.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
I think the BDS movement should have a bulldozer as a logo.
I liked, in terms of the whole Jewish conversation around the election, and obviously the bulldozer thing for us personally is a meme. I think for most people, if they just tune in and they saw us going bulldozers, and it's only a meme because of the reaction we get from it. I don't really care about it, but when Boris burst through that wall on a bulldozer.
Yeah.
And I just thought,
Fucking gold.
I couldn't stop laughing about the thought of him defeating the anti-Semites in the election, and he's there going, "Wah!" And it was like only funny for maybe 20, 30 people in the whole world,
Yes.
but I was just sat there like, go on, Boris.
People are asking about Cherry. Cherry just doesn't give a fuck.
He don't care.
I'm not used to being on camera this
And
morning.
also, it's like
So-
trans people, Jews, whatever. Fuck's given. 0.
You hate them all, don't you?
No, dude,
Every
don't
one of
be
them.
projecting.
Yeah, fuck
We all
off.
know who the fucking hater is.
I don't fucking... Oh, I'm not having that. Uncross your legs, Cherry. Don't ruin my Christmas. Milawana's saying Boris is a liar and Jezza didn't speak the truth. No, I know, I totally agree
Of
with
course
you.
Boris is a
Of
fucking
course he
liar.
is. I love that. James O'Brien's the
Someone's
best
just
for that.
dropped a truth bomb on us.
I know. They all lie. Of course they do. Of course they do.
Yeah, Richie, Alex has just mentioned if you just bring back the radio show.
Yeah, please, dude. I really like the 9:30 shows in the morning. They're a lot of fun. But can we get back on the radio, man? 5 o'clock on it. I used to enjoy that.
5 while 7.
5, 7. Like,
Graham noticed something as well, because when we came on your show,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
there was a guest on before us, and then it was us. Apparently, I didn't know this. Graham checks these things. The guest before us got his own section on your YouTube, and we didn't.
Proper Photoshop thumbnail and everything he got.
What are we, eh?
I know.
Chop liver.
We only came on and accurately predicted the election results. It's no big deal.
We called it 2 years ago.
Called it 2 fucking years ago.
I do like chop liver.
And we don't even get a thumbnail out of him.
Not even a thumbnail.
I bet he don't even do him himself. I bet he's got a thumbnail bit.
You usually use that miserable one of me.
I bet it would have just been a text. Can I have a thumbnail of the lads? That's all it would have been from him. Fucking hates us, doesn't
Well, you
he?
can't expect someone like Richie to give a fuck about us. I'm glad you're watching, Richie.
Yeah, I know. I do. I
Glad
like
you're
Richie a
watching.
lot.
He's going to be a guest on my upcoming podcast.
He's one of them though. That he's what Labour needs to go back to. Because
Richie Allen.
it's I mean, obviously less of the 2-8, but they need to knock that on the head no matter who's involved. But I find this political, socialism deeply immoral. The seizure of private property, deeply immoral. No matter how you justify it, it's there's no way a country can survive it. Destabilizes. It's just a gangster that's on your side. And what always happens is the next gangster takes over, and he doesn't give a fuck about you quite so much. And I don't want a gangster in charge. Not that I'm endorsing the Tories on the back of that. But at least with Richie,
Fucking loves
at
it.
least with Richie, I can fucking sit with him and talk to him about it. And it's not like, right, well, let's go get on with destroying each other's lives now and smearing and editing fucking Wikipedia and all that bullshit. We just get on with it and go, right, all right, that's what we think.
I've said quite often with Richie, and it's the truth, you know, we'll speak on the phone maybe once a week, once every other week we'll have a good chinwag every once in a while, a good catch up.
He doesn't take my calls.
Well, of course he don't take your calls,
No.
you don't have a blue tick. But we'll fucking argue.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we will be, not raise your voice angry, but passionately. But it don't fucking matter, you're still my mate.
Yeah, exactly, man, exactly. Labour needs that. If they can't even take a joke where someone's doing a Roman salute, then we're fucked, aren't we?
We're not fucked, Graham.
They've just
we
lost
will be
it.
victorious, I promise you. The patriarchy party
Patriarchy party.
will prevail.
I can't wait for that. I can't. I'm so excited. I'm so fucking excited. No, do you know about this? So we're going to launch a political party, an actual political party called the Patriarchy Party.
Right.
And what it's going to do is finally give a voice to straight white men. It's going to be amazing.
We've been very underrepresented.
Extremely. Just Google patriarchy. It's all slander and lies and horrible stuff.
Is it?
So we're going to be fighting. It's balance, isn't it? The BBC will have to let us on for balance.
Can you imagine what a dreadful fuck up on their part that'd be?
Us against Ash Sarkar.
It's got to be always the answer is, you know, like politicians dance round answers
Yeah.
all the time. I think we've got to be, I have no idea.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
What's your solution to food banks? Pardon?
What? Food what? A
I
bank?
don't know what they are. You know, well, we got the trans issue this week, the what issue, I'm sorry. Where, you know, where people say that I had an uncle.
I have seen Mr. Kenny Everett's amusing television series, and bring it back.
All
It was
for it.
wonderful.
Entertaining.
Wonderful.
Entertaining. Very entertaining. Danny LaRue, Salt of the Earth. Fufu Lamar.
Yeah.
Marvellous. Marvellous, you say. Oh, they cut the cock off. Oh, well, each to their own. The patriarchy party is inclusive.
Yeah, very inclusive. And very into skin as well. We're going to
Yes,
celebrate
yes.
the male physique an unnecessary amount.
With no sense of irony whatsoever.
But it turns out you can launch one, you can fundraise, right up until the point where you actually stand for election.
Right.
At that point, that's when all the money rules kick in. So we can openly do like an Indiegogo or a GoFundMe, and people can literally send money to the patriarchy for us to then pay the deposit on an election. And it'll be there. It'll be there. You'll be able to go in, and it'll say we'll have to do. Oh, we're leaving Europe, aren't we? That would have been a good one, all across the northwest, rather than an independent, because no one votes for independence.
No, they don't.
But if they
No one's
see,
going to vote for the patriarchy.
but if they'll
party.
see,
never know.
they'll see the patriarchy. I'm gonna fucking vote for the fucking patriarchy. I saw them. I saw
Patriarchy
them.
party, 2 votes.
I saw Piers Morgan shouting at them the other day. They were great.
It's just that you've got to be honest. I do not know.
I don't know. Yeah, that'll be a good one. Asking questions. I don't know. I don't know the answers to that. Sorry.
I've got no idea what
No,
you're
I'm not
talking
gonna lie.
about.
I'm not gonna lie.
Fiscal response to what? What we need is a war.
Men,
Jolly good war.
men love fighting.
Do you know what? We need to move on.
Yes. What we move on to? What do you want to talk about, Mr. Hewitt?
Twitter.
What about Twitter?
Very, very strange place, Twitter, isn't it?
It's it's amazing. It's like I feel like an alien that's stole some humans and put them in a zoo, and we're just looking at, and they're not acting like humans anymore because they're trapped in a zoo. So they're just sort of flailing around and walking in circles, and you're like,
See, Twitter isn't just the domain of snowflakes and TRAs and baldy old gammons such as myself. No. I found out there's another group that want to make themselves part of the alphabeti spaghetti that is LGBTQ+.
K. I'd like K to be there, please. That'll be a
It's not
patriarchy
K.
party.
It's not K. It's a group that
Aaron
are on
Mapp.
Twitter. Groups. Maps. No maps. Pro C maps. Pedophiles.
What's a Pro C map?
Pro contact. Oh yeah. See, I fell down a fucking rabbit hole on Twitter. And I have found that not only do pedophiles openly come together on the platform, they have allies.
Yeah.
Now, maps are minor attracted persons. No maps are non-offending minor attracted persons. So maps might be offending. And pro contact say they're not into child abuse because they think it can be consensual. Now, I've been seeing maps saying we shouldn't let the antis, because the rest of us, also known as society, are the antis. We're very unreasonable. We shouldn't let the antis attack the pro-C because they're part of our movement. Some maps are very vocal, saying, no, we don't want the pro-Cs anywhere near us. Obviously giving themselves slightly higher status of a better class of paedophile. And then you have the allies, who say they're not paedophiles, but support their ass because these people don't act on it. It's their sexuality. It can't be helped. They're victims. And if you speak out against paedophiles, you're a bigot.
Yeah.
Now, I've been following the conversations because I've been very interested to know why it is paedophiles think it's okay to break cover and be out in the open now and insult people who go, hang on, you want to fuck kids, you're a wrong 'un. And, there's all these people going, well, you can have consensual sex as a child. And this is their words. I had a sexual relationship when I was 8 years old till 10 years old. I was fine. Now, the person that said he was fine calls himself pedo-romantic. Dating only, no sex. He didn't do him any harm at all, did it? Didn't fuck him up beyond all. He said, I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, I bet you did, yeah.
And now, not only do they
Jesus,
support
man.
each other with the idea of fucking kids, they also have to stand up for the bestiality community and the necrophiliacs. Now, do you know what? Out of those three, I'd sooner give the necrophiliacs a pass because at least the people there fucking don't care.
Yeah.
Not too nice for the family if you catch someone hanging out a grandma. But the dead, okay? Fucking your dog, or fucking a kid, or even if you don't do it, just sat there thinking about it and having a wank, you filth. I haven't got it in me. I've tried to see it from the perspective, well, you know what, if they're not acting on it, we do need to support them to get therapy. But they've been reading the trans activist handbook, these motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And they're trying to insert themselves into it in the same way. And they're gaining allies. Now, I spoke to a guy who was gay. And he said, look, the maps were trying to get in on Pride. And he was fucking furious. Because, of course, gay people are going to be furious. Not only because they're paedophiles, but the stigma of gay men always being linked to paedophilia.
Yeah, that was that for years, wasn't it? When they got rid of
It's
sex.
like a lot of paedophiles are attracted to young people of the same sex, but they're not like, they're not the same as the gay folks you get in the gay village that just want to go and have a really good time. They're not the same, and they've had to deal with that stigma for years. And now these motherfuckers want to put MAP or P on LGBTQ, paedophile. Now, again, in Twitter, this is finding support. This is genuinely real. Go and do a search on MAP, no MAP, pro-C MAP. There's all manner of... It's not nice. It's really fucking bad.
We need to get Milo involved, you're right.
Yes, Milo would be very good for the patriarchy party. Message deleted by the Google moderator team.
It's happy dog, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't need to say anything beyond that.
That's a given. But it's like, what else did I find on Twitter? A guy that defended fucking his dog because he said the dog likes it.
Yeah.
If it didn't, it wouldn't let me do it. Well, yeah, what? It's a subservient fucking animal.
How do you feel about, and I know this has happened, men that fuck dogs but only receive, so in their mind it's not abuse.
Do you know what?
So they just present for the dog.
I've tried so hard to be, because you know me personally, and I'm very much a live and let live kind of guy. I've never give a fuck whether you're gay, straight, trans, Jew, Gentile, Muslim. I couldn't give a fuck. If you're an okay person and you don't go out your way to hurt other people, I don't genuinely care. Now, I have mentioned I'm becoming less tolerant as I get older.
You keep saying it, yeah.
And it's true because it's burning me now. And it's again, I've got to realize it's not. I'm not less tolerant against people of colour, against religions, against sexualities, just assholes. And if you want to be fucked by dogs or fuck dogs, I've got no fucking time for you. If you're a paedophile, I just don't give a fuck. If I had the trigger warning mincer, I would have to put you in. I don't care if the rest of the time you're a great person, because I would always know that you sit around dreaming about fucking kids.
Yeah.
And I also know that so far, there's nothing we can do about that. Well, if they don't offend, what's the problem?
Yeah.
Would you trust them with your kid?
It's hard, man. A lot of the therapy doesn't really go anywhere.
I can't. I struggle even being logical. I've tried, like I say, the logical approach of they're not offending. You know, some of them say, you know, I couldn't ever hurt a child. I couldn't do it. But then I see some of them discussing consent, and I'm thinking, how much of this is lip service? You know, how much of this is saying the right thing to legitimise a movement? And I can't believe I'm sat here talking about a movement to legitimise paedophilia. Now, if I can make this work, which it's been switched off for an hour, so there's every chance this won't come on again till tomorrow. But apparently you've not even got to call it legitimising paedophilia. Let me find it. I don't really want to read names out all the time because it doesn't seem fair. But this is Sheila van der Heuvel Collins. Greedy fucker with the names. Van der Heuvel. Normalising paedophilia. The phrase is so linguistically senseless that it immediately lowers my opinion of the speaker. People who use this buzz phrase are interested in outrage, not learning, and not preventing child sexual abuse. Point of order, lady. Of course I'm interested in outrage. You're talking about paedophiles. And I think a very easy way of preventing a good deal of child sexual abuse is to not tolerate paedophiles. I may be old-fashioned in this. Apparently, what this person would like to normalise is society's response to MAPs. And they give examples. MAP. Mum, I'm attracted to kids. Mum, I know. I could have told you that 2 months ago. Here are some other MAPs you might want to get in touch with. Let me know if you ever want to talk about it or if you want to see a therapist. So, if your child is a paedophile, encourage them to mix with other paedophiles.
Yeah, create networks then. The bad thing.
Didn't we break, smash pie because of this?
Yeah.
MAP, doctor, I'm attracted to kids. This could all be taken out of terrible context.
I know.
Therapist, are you comfortable with that? Is there anything related to the attraction you'd like to talk about? MAP, I'm attracted to kids. Friend, oh, okay. Do you feel better if we stay away from parks and things? Or are you comfortable around kids? MAP, I'm good. Let's go to the skate park. Really? Really? See the friend, and the friend goes, oh, should we stay away? No, let's go to the skate park. Yeah, because that's what everyone wants. What are you doing? I'm taking the pedo to the skate park.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
It's not finished. MAP. I'm attracted to a student. I thought I could teach them because they were below my AOA. I'm really uncomfortable.
Age of attraction.
Principal. That student is with a lot of friends, so it might be better to move you. Do you foresee any problems if we switch you to Class B? So, a teacher is supposed to go to a principal, a headmaster, or mistress, or whatever they call them now, head person, and say, I don't half want to rattle the back out of one of their fucking kids. Right, we'll just move you to another class.
We'll just get a different age group and then... We'll just hope that you don't develop
it
any
gets better.
crushes.
She's not finished.
Oh, God.
Map. I'm attracted to kids. Would you be interested in trying to age play? Partner. Potential partner. Not my cup of tea, thanks. But I know someone who's really into it. Would you like to be introduced to them? Who the fuck writes this shit? In what universe does this happen?
Can you imagine? You imagine your first date, you're there in Weatherspoons.
You swipe right or whatever the fuck
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
You're going to meet up at like the Spoons.
I should probably mention before we go any further, I'm into kids.
And the response is, well, I don't really want to do age play, but I know someone that does.
Oh,
They don't know. Nobody knows anyone that does, but unless you're a pedo. No one would hang out with it. I've got a friend that likes fucking kids as well.
Yeah.
I'll put you together.
I wish you'd said on the Tinder. I would have brought him. Oh, what we doing?
Map.
Eh?
I'm attracted to kids. Even though I know the risk is small, I don't want kids of my own. Other people's. Potential life partner. I really want a family, and I don't think there's any risk. We both need to be on board, though. Friends? You don't think there's any risk? Someone's told you. And what universe is this woman's in?
I don't know.
You're looking at the rest of your life with someone going, look, it's only a small risk that I've fucked the kids. But it's probably best to avoid it. And then, I reckon we should go for it anyway.
Anyway, I'm taking the day off. Enjoy work. I will be fine.
Map. I want to see what's all the fuss about CSEM. What's that?
CSEM. Don't know.
We're going to have to look that up now because we're not up on these things.
CSEM.
No internet. I'm not connected.
No, I can't. No, there's nothing. It's all.
Well, whatever it is, friend says no. Not good. Here's a list of resources we got in health class. Let's find you a legal option that doesn't cause any harm. Whoa. Is this about fucking kids? If someone goes to the friend and goes, I'm going to see what all this fuss is about with these kids. No one says, would you like to know what I learned in health class? But apparently, this is the kind of normalising this person wants to do. So we all deal with paedophiles in a better way.
I can't Google that shit, man.
Instead of saying, because if someone said to you, yeah, that's the one that got me. Okay, we're looking at a life together, darling. Rest of our lives. But I've got to tell you that if we have kids, there's a small risk I might sexually abuse them. I don't think you will. It's fine. If anybody says there's a small risk,
Yeah.
they're going to fuck the kids. They're going to fuck them.
Yeah.
End of.
Just the fact that you're saying it is
Small.
Like,
It's only a small risk. How do we quantify this risk? How small is the risk? Because my idea of unacceptable risk of fucking kids is anything that's above zero. I would have thought.
do any of them on your little travels that I've just had a slight glimpse of that was horrible? Do any of them advocate for sort of like medical sterilisation or
No.
anything
They
like
don't
that?
believe in that. This is one I don't understand. You'll have to translate this. But anyway, this is the person who had a sexual encounter when they're younger that didn't know harm. Kiddyphile, his name is on Twitter. I've reported the account to see what would happen. Nothing.
Really?
I just wanted to know what would happen if I reported. And that's what BL and GL, don't know what that means. Age of attraction, 7 to 13. This is in their profile, by the way. Only dating, no sex. Always looks at the younger side of life. Paedophile rights activist. Pedo romantic. Open for DM.
See, I found it now. The CSEM is child sexual exploitive material. So photographs, videos. I'm going to get flagged just for searching this shit,
That's
man.
why I said my internet was off. So Twitter, a platform that will censure and censor you for misgendering somebody. recently somebody called someone a cunt and copped a fucking ban.
Yeah, it happens. You call the blue tick a cunt, you get banned.
Which is funny because people call me a cunt all the time. Where's my protection, dude?
Do you report them though?
No, do fuck.
Well,
Is
there
that
you
where
go.
I'm going wrong?
Blue ticks, I think, I've got a bit more weight for reporting things.
I just
like
say,
that.
lol, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Lol,
You know it. But paedophiles are allowed to. This is all off Tumblr, like you said, isn't it? They've
Yeah,
all
they-
poured there off Tumblr.
Well, they got banned from Tumblr, so they've all come on Twitter now. They were on Mastodon and all that for a while, but it's just a shit show, innit? So they're all on Twitter and tolerated for some reason. I mean, here's the thing though, man. What annoys me about them being tolerated is how many other people are getting banned for things like misgendering. You can sit
Simple
there-
answer: there should be zero tolerance for paedophiles. Now, you know my personal thoughts on censorship for anything political.
Even Gab fucking gets rid of child porn. You know,
Yeah,
like
Gab doesn't like porn, full stop.
no.
There should be zero tolerance for paedophiles because everything about them is harmful and toxic and terrible. And their fantasy is about fucking kids and destroying lives.
Yes.
And they can rattle on about consenting. There are no consenting sexual relationships between children and adults. There aren't. End of story. You can tell me this is a ridiculous social construct. It's a good one. It's a good one. Because it's physically harmful and it's mentally disastrous. And they end up like fucking kiddophile on fucking Twitter here. You know? And is the person, I didn't want to say about stupid. Don't pick it up with that fucking hand, you stupid arsehole.
Oh no. You moved all these with it as well, didn't you?
I fucking twatted it off the car the other day as well. That was this is from someone called Fluffy Map. Fluffy Map. Fluffy paedophile. Big thread. I've been discussing with both anti-contact and pro-contact. Discussing with pro-contact people that think, well, I don't want to hurt kids. I just want them to consent to me fucking them. That's pro-contact people. For the compelling arguments of both sides to figure out the misconceptions. What misconceptions could there possibly be? Here we are. One thing I can say for sure, this is Fluffy. Say for sure is that no pro-contacts have a desire to actually hurt children. The main argument they have is that children can consent under some specific situations. That should not be ignored. And well, I was one of those. I had sexual relationships as a minor that I consented for and still don't regret, but I ended up as a paedophile. May or may not be related. It's related.
Yeah.
It damages you. He didn't say paedophile, by the way, he said map.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
it means
yeah.
is paedophile. I've read controversial scientific papers and personal stories alike. The papers have been universally scrutinised. There is a stigma inside the field itself against any research that might show that children can consent because they can't. They're children. It doesn't matter. It's not a science thing. It's fucking society and moral. A child cannot consent. As for the stories, many of them have happy endings. Child gets in a relationship with an adult. Adult treats them well. Everything is fine. Many of these stories also end with the child growing up to regret everything. Many end with trauma too. The science and all this points out that the relationship with a child is a gamble. Already, so I know you're not allowed, I'm not advocating violence, but Fluffy, you'd be well in the fucking mincer.
Yeah. Maybe in an actual mincer, actually, at this point.
I've got a child,
Yeah. So, you just want to risk that, do you? You want to risk...
Of course it can end up fine. But there are many variables that need to be taken into consideration. Does sexual education allow a child to give consent earlier? Does the stigma of society for these kids of relationship influence the regret? Fuck off! You filthy fucking dirty paedophile! There's no other way about it! A child cannot consent. If a child gets fucked, it's fucked for fucking life! If adults are raped, it destroys their lives. Raping a child... How can an 8-year-old consent to sex with an adult? How is that? How can that even be something you can logically look at and go, well, maybe it'd be okay. Bit of a gamble. Bit of a gamble. The only gamble is you get caught or don't. That's the only gamble. The kid is changed for life. How can a child consent to something it doesn't fully understand and shouldn't fully understand? It's a child. Should be playing with toys and playing Fortnite and fucking Roblox. Not with a paedophile's cock. And these are all, mostly men, by the way. Overwhelmingly men.
Yeah, well, of course it is. Yeah. You've been playing Fortnite, haven't you, Aidan?
Yeah, I have.
Have you?
I don't use the mic, though, because there's a small risk. Here we go.
Hello,
We should push for more sex education, pushing for research, youth rights to get fucked by older men, I imagine. And even if they are ultimately wrong about it, they play an important part in the acceptance of maps. There is a concept called the Overton window. We are judged against the best and the worst things. The best. What are the best? How are paedophiles judged against the best? Someone said it before when talking about Shadman. His art may be nearly universally disgusting, but it enables the milder fetish art to thrive because it's not as bad as Shadman. This technique is used in politics all the time when someone pushes for a very controversial law, and after a lot of backlash, it is reworked into a compromise. The compromise was the objective all along, 4D chess. Pedos playing 4D chess. And were it offered before the controversy, it wouldn't have been accepted. Bottom line is, more research is needed. Research that may help both in primary prevention and in the treatment of victims of CSA. We anti-Cs are not aligned with the ultimate goal of the pro-Cs, but the path they are pushing is beneficial to us. So the path the pro-contact paedophiles are ploughing, along with the kids, is beneficial to those nicer paedophiles.
So they're saying the really open people get to advocate it loudly
Even
and proudly.
if you don't like them, they are doing their job to change public opinion in our favour. Their goal is not just preventing child abuse, but to detect when it is abuse and when it isn't. Detect when it is, when it isn't. If anybody doesn't see this as massively fucking sinister, and I mean massively sinister, that paedophiles are going, these really extreme boys are great because it's going to make us see good, and we might get them to look at the age of consent thing again as well, because, you know, maybe people could consent a little bit younger than 16, you know, I don't know, 7 or 8.
Yeah.
That's where this is going. And this is happening on a public platform that won't let you talk about fucking gender. They won't let a woman say she knows what a woman is.
Yeah.
Because they get fucking banned.
Or just women say, you know what, I'd like to have a woman's only space so I don't get raped.
I've seen a woman that I follow and she follows me back. She's had cancer. Men saying, I hope it kills you because she's a TERF.
Right, yeah.
Hope you die in a fire because you're a TERF. None of this shit is acceptable. Yet you got this thriving. And now you could say, well, they allow freedom of expression on that platform. But is that really freedom of expression when it's people that are advocating for looking into how to lower the age of consent for sex? I don't believe it is.
Are we allowed to be nasty to Andrew Bell again yet?
He was very nice to us.
He was very nice to us, wasn't he?
But yeah, you can if you want.
All right. Oh, hiya, Andrew. You all right, mate?
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you. He's not said anything stupid yet, so we're all right. The temptation isn't there to go, what the fuck are you talking about, dickhead? So it's easy to be nice. But yeah, thanks, Andrew. He's one of the good
Arminius Calgacus says, most damaged adults were abused by women at the root. Except most child sexual abuse, which is what we're talking about, is done by men.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're getting at there. I mean, yeah, women do abuse. I mean, they certainly do, especially with not having men in the house. Just not having two parents is a form of abuse. But paedophilia is generally men passing on to other men. Usually, not always.
No, but keep this in mind, guys. All the shit you can get banned for, all the shit. We know. I've been apparently one of the few blue ticks that's been suspended a few times. Because I get that thrown at me, you blue tick, you fucking lefty, you're looking this here. But you don't get banned, do you? It's all the fucking time. All the time. And remove that post and we'll let you come back. Yeah, I'll get right on that. And yet, somehow, paedophiles, bestiality,
I can't even handle it.
furries. I just don't like them. I think they're creepy.
What happened with Milo and the furries?
I don't know.
I know he's going to the convention, isn't he? Did you know about
I mean,
this?
furries, do you know what I mean? Furry, I couldn't give a fuck. If two consenting adults want to dress as dogs and fuck each other, it's none of my business. I think it's creepy, but it's not my business. You know, I don't have to like that. The idea of gay sex is repulsive to me, but it doesn't mean I think everyone should stop doing it. If you enjoy a length of cock, go get all the cock you can get and fucking be happy. Live your best life. May it be full of cock. But there is a problem. Have you seen the furry community like on Twitter as well? It all came off Tumblr, and it's all little fucking puppies and kittens, and it's just this weird kind of transference. And they're like, "Well, it's only artwork." Yeah, but clearly you like watching young things fuck.
Yeah, apparently the foxes are the sluts in the community. Oh, I don't know. I've only got Daily Beast.
Was it
here.
which website was it? Was it Something Awful or was it one of the others?
I
They
don't
had the
know.
Holocaust. I'm going back. I think it was like turn of the century.
Right.
I played Second Life a bit, you know, like around 2003, 2004, and a lot of Something Awful came in there, and I made a few really cool friends. I mean, they were cunts. They were terrible arseholes, but they were really funny. One made me a griefing stick, and it fired these little balls in Second Life, but anyone it touched got booted out the game.
What the fuck? How could you
But
even
it left
do that?
their avatar there naked, but booted them out the game. They just got logged out.
That's very irritating.
I had the best time with that. I had to, because there was no grief report tools back then.
Right, yeah,
So
yeah.
I was there. He said, "Here's your pimp cane. Use it wisely." But they did the Holocaust where they created it. They said, "All right, furries, there's your own forum." And all the furries joined, and for months they were there building a community. And then the Holocaust happened where one night the admins just fucking banned all of them at once. Fucking thousands of furries. And that was the Holocaust. So the creepy, but if the grown people that just want to fuck each other wearing costumes.
Well, that's how Milo got involved, because there's quite a large chunk of the furry community that are that way minded. They're just libertarian people that love doing that, and loads of them are conservatives. And
Don't judge me. I just like dressing as a dog while a
they love
gorilla
it.
fucks me.
so they really get on with Milo. They've been on his TV show. He interviews them. They love him. So that's why he was going to go to the convention. But obviously, the people that run the conventions are weird, woke, probable
I don't know
paedophiles.
that I'd want to go to a furry convention because imagine the smell alone. All these sweaty people all aroused. No.
Fuck you, Andrew. I hated Cats before this movie, long before this movie. Have you seen the new Cats movie? You seen the reviews? It's like people are giving it like 0 stars. And
I found the
like,
trailer to be a very tough wank.
the reviews read like, you know, like a Holocaust documentary. The way they describe it, they're really harrowing, like beyond bad. Which means I'm going to have to watch it now just to know.
Star Wars has been a bit hit and miss in the reviews, hasn't it? But Paddy O'Hare,
Yeah.
who, as we know, is an absolute fanatic, he got annoyed with me because I said Solo wasn't that bad.
Right.
He claims he's not giving any spoilers away because Paddy's a good man.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what spoilers I'd give a fuck about in Star Wars anyway, but anyway, he says it is better than The Last Jedi. However, The Guardian disagree,
Right.
because obviously The Last Jedi was stunning and brave. They called it marvellous, Rian Johnson.
You see, it's been doing badly on Rotten Tomatoes, which to me is usually a good sign. But I'm thinking, it seems, and I don't know because I've not seen it yet, the woke people are angry at it for trying to...
Get away from the woke shit.
Yeah, to try and get away from the woke shit, so I think they're punishing it.
Well, the way I see it, there'll be spaceships, explosions,
Yes.
light sword fights, and the Emperor, which Junior was pretty buzzing about when he heard him in the
Really?
the original trailer. Yeah,
See, I want to take my little girl just so that she will then sit and watch the originals with me, because they're too slow. She's used to YouTube and
that's the weird thing
Netflix.
Junior prefers, and it's not because of me, because I don't give a fuck about anything. To be honest, I'm not a massive Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
So I've always let him discover some things. It's like Star Trek, he won't watch. Doctor Who, he went through a big phase of, as you remember. But that was his find, is his thing. He likes the original 3 Star Wars movies and the new ones. Doesn't really like the remakes. The other Lucas prequels very much. Revenge of the Sith, not bad. But he likes the original ones, and he likes Force Awakens a lot. Last Jedi, he said, was alright, but it's not his favourite. I didn't ask why, because I've just left it with it.
That's his age, though, isn't it? He's the age, where it's you're not going to sit there stressing about the heritage and the plot and the thing. You're just enjoying it, like literally enjoying it for the sparkles and not paying attention.
Rogue One, I think, went down best.
Yeah.
And I still think Rogue One is the best Star Wars film.
I wonder why he doesn't like the prequels. You know what?
He's just not keen on them. They don't
The thing is,
tickle whatever it is they're supposed to.
At the time, though, those prequels, they literally invented the technology needed to do those shots.
Yeah, I think the
So
problem
it
was,
was
I think the first one was like a really
amazing.
bad version of a politics documentary.
But he's not there. Like something like the pod racing, he plays video games that look better than that.
Oh yeah,
now,
but I just think the film left him a bit cold. But Revenge of the Sith he quite likes.
Yeah.
But I mean, who wouldn't?
No.
I have the high ground, Anakin. I love the memes that have come out though.
I know.
love the one where it's like, "Oh, your father." Yes, I knew him. I cut his arms and legs off and left him to burn to death.
Yeah.
You knew my father? It's like remarkable man, flammable.
And my favourite one was where he had the lightsaber. Luke, and he looked, and someone put it so it switched on and went through his fucking eye. And it was just the face on Alec Guinness.
Yeah, dude, the memes have kept the prequels alive way more than the prequels deserve to be. And even the music's lived on because people and all that.
Gotta say there, Q400 said Hayden banned me from Live Leak back in the day when it was fun. It might have been me, it might not have been. But I don't mind a platform having rules. And Live Leak has a very... Now, the Live Leak rules would apply to you if you were a liberal, a conservative, whatever. The only 2 times we've had someone on there, one guy admitted he got done for underage sex, of course claimed it was unfair. I hounded that motherfucker right off the site. And he turned up again recently on Facebook.
Oh, really?
And I fucking had it. And he said, I'm going to get it overturned. I said, well, until you do, you're still a fucking paedophile. And another guy came up writing songs about young people, and he lasted 2 seconds. Because on Live Leak, we've never said that we'll accept paedophiles. But anyone can get... But I don't mind a platform having rules. It's this weird political publisher aspect to it all.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone will say, if you're on the left, you'll say, the right get away with everything on Live Leak. If you're on the right, you'll say the left get away with everything. That's usually the way you found some form of fucking balance. But I think that's missing a lot on a lot of platforms. But if you have a platform that says, I don't want no Nazis, no racism, no conservatives, it's fine. That's not the platform for you if you're a conservative. Now, of course, everyone's so fucking entitled. They think everything should be for them anyway. I'm fine with a platform having those rules. It's this weird shit we're having with the big social media sites. And so, it's difficult. It's not that difficult, mate. If you can police everyone that calls Jessica Yaniv a fucking bloke.
Yeah. If you can somehow get around
I'm pretty
to that.
sure you can find the paedophiles. I found fucking hundreds of them in my little look for them in here. Yeah, and the only reason I reported them was just to see what would happen. And like I say, that girl that wanted Boris Johnson stabbed, still there. The paedophiles. I didn't even get that thing back from Twitter that we've looked at this account.
I had a weird one, man, where I reported someone who was openly calling for violence, saying giving the name of the shop and saying go down there and smash everything up. And when I reported it, it said you have reported 0 tweets. So I was like, that's odd. I wonder if it's gone wrong. So I went and logged in on a different account and reported it there because it was just an open call to violence with a specific address. Go and fuck them up. And I was like, okay. And then, but the thing is though, they've got all the activist hashtags in the thing, in their bio and all that. And I'm thinking, have they got some weird, the way they shadow ban people? Have they got shadow protections? Because they do that. There's some people on Twitter who just get reported constantly, so they end up with protections. And I'm thinking, if you call yourself an activist, especially if it's like LGBT activist or whatever, are you then protected?
Well, have you seen what Twitter are planning on doing now?
What?
Decentralising.
Yeah.
They're hiring a team of 5 people, which is a bit strange. To come up with like a mastodon, basically.
Yeah.
of which Twitter will become a client.
Yes. I think
It means nothing will change on Twitter.
no. I mean, well, yeah. You're almost certainly right there. When I read through all the details on that, though, I thought, oh, you know, are they setting themselves up to step away from responsibility for it? Because
yeah, a little bit, 'cause
Because
they
it's
can't moderate it.
unsustainable. Yeah, it's not like
Moderation's incredibly fucking difficult. You can't. Number one, you can never win. You certainly can't win if you start listening to different groups. You have to make your own mind up. You have to make those rules, and you have to stick with them. Now, you do get a lot of pressure. LiveLeak's no exception to this. And sometimes you have to change things. Like what you mustn't ever do. What you mustn't ever do is start consulting with them and letting them tell you how you work. Always manoeuvre as best you can. What Twitter does is, oh, you think we should do it? We'll do that, and we'll do that. We can't do that. And then you got Mark Zuckerberg on the other side going, I don't give a flying fuck. That's what he's done, isn't it?
yeah.
Don't give a fuck. And you got Jack who ties himself in fucking knots. You know, trying to find a way. And it's like, dude, just take that 18 pages of fucking rules you've got, change it into 12 points. Just change it and go, this is how it is. And then apply it as best you can. You'll never get them all. You'll never make everyone happy. You'll never achieve your stated goals. All you can ever do is basically keep paddling like fuck so you don't drown. And I can only imagine the challenges on a platform the size of Twitter. But conversely, they have massive income. And now I know there are problems with moderators being exposed to violent content. I know there's people who go, well, I go on call sites. I'd be fine for that. And I think there's a difference when you got to do it 9 to 5, day in, day out, and you might not have come from that world. That's got to fucking grind you down.
And it's not just that though. You're involved with it because you're then making decisions
Yes.
on their accounts. Is this person getting a warning? Is it getting ignored? Are they getting blocked? Which is then going to be, could that cause problems? You know, because.
But that's what you've not got to do. Because if you ban a popular person, like I say, I'm talking LL, which is, to me it's a fucking huge site, but to Twitter it's nothing. When you ban a popular person, the fallout is fucking huge.
Exactly, yeah.
You are the worst. But you know, I've seen personal friends of mine, Carl, for example, banned on Lively, and I've not stepped in because it would be kind of wrong. And
Yeah.
I believe that. I don't believe anyone should be protected because of who they are or how popular they are. And you get it all the time. How can you let that person leave? They were a big uploader. But they don't know what dialogue there might have been. And we're not going to change the platform. We had Pat Condell at one time. Said that I'm not having adverts on the pages my videos are on. So, well, how do you want us to fucking pay for them? Well, I don't want them there. Well, fuck off then. And he was telling people we were dead unreasonable. So I was like, well, I don't get how that works.
What was the
Why
thing?
should you make money? Oh yeah, we're making millions off your videos.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You know, but that's what people do. Everyone thinks they own a piece of everything that you have to. He's like one guy was on at me on Twitter, like, fix your site. Fuck off, leave me the fuck alone. Typical snarky response.
I love it when they come on the chat here, like, fuck you, LiveLeak. Oh, mate, I'm not doing that right now. It's a night off.
Yeah. This is not what I'm doing right now. But you know what we are doing? We've gone well over.
Yeah, shit.
Oh, that's...
It's not too bad, man. It's not too bad.
Do you know what, Tez? We were just talking about you. He sent me the lady video from Crocodile Dundee. When he checks if it's a bloke. How you doing, Tez? Hope you're well. It's time we were finished, though, isn't it? 'Cause I've got to be up very early.
I just found it so funny that those chip tuners have blocked me. I didn't even notice.
I told you about them when I first met you.
No, I know. Bless the little faces.
None of them are any fucking good.
A little bit of heat. Oh, they've got to learn to laugh, man. They've got to learn to laugh. It's insane. That's okay.
We've done an hour and a half. I reckon. We don't need to-
Jerry's acting like a hostage. he's been tapping out like help messages in.
So what do you reckon about the paedophiles on Twitter, Jerry?
Tell me about pedos.
No.
Tell me about them. Show me where they touched you.
Do you even go on Twitter much?
Not much.
Like
now
it-
and then, yeah.
It's so unimportant, isn't it?
You're in more.
Yeah.
Is it Facebook for dating or is it? Grinder?
Dating.
Grinder, is that where you go? Grinder?
No.
We send each other tweets all fucking day trying to trigger each other. Look at this bullshit. Because anything that's
I've not got my phone
awful.
much during the day though. 'Cause
right.
I'm not allowed it.
But what do you think about the paedophiles?
Jason's asking when the next meet space is.
I don't know yet, Jason. It's going to be in the next few months.
Yeah, we need to sort that out soon, don't we? We've just kind of been.
As soon as Christmas is out the way, we'll let you know. In fact, we won't just let people. We'll choose a date.
We'll pick a date. We'll
do
do
it over the Christmas period.
Like
and
the losing the demonetization just as we were starting to take off kind of was a bit of a slap in the face.
massive slap in the fucking face. Yes.
It's also a reason to do the live event because then we've got a
Yes.
little bit of income, haven't we? This is a big room to pay for. I've not even come close to working out how we're going to do that yet, but you know. Well, today won't have hurt.
No.
I mean, it won't have helped much,
No, it won't have helped much, but you know.
but it won't have hurt either.
Me being here since 1:30 probably helped.
1:30, and that's almost lunchtime.
I know.
Yeah, I'm still here now at 11:30.
You cut an hour. If you eat 1:30, that's an hour gone from your lunch today that you gave up.
Yeah, it's 10 hours.
Yeah, we normally don't finish lunch till about 3, do we?
Can't rush these things.
No.
You got to have a kip,
Yeah.
catch
Could
up
be
on
like
shit.
a few tweets here and there.
But guys, listen, we are getting near the end now because we've done an hour and a half.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I've shouted about very Christmassy.
Yeah, happy
Paedophiles
Christmas.
and
I
trans
didn't even
people.
notice the fucking tree.
No,
That's true.
What are you
Jerry
doing?
did not notice the Christmas tree and the sparkly lights.
I was literally setting it. I was adjusting it, and he's just sat here like, and then he's like, "Oh God!" It was great.
Ebenezer fucking Cherry there.
I know. Did you see that in Parliament today? The speech, you know, the first speech. Like it's traditional. The first speech.
Some of
after
us
the-
have been busy.
I know. No, but no, I had it on. It was amazing. Obviously, Corbyn was doing his. He looked like shit. But I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. But she gave the first speech, which traditionally is a joke one, and it was all just Scrooge. And you remember how Corbyn was spent the election going, maybe you should read A Christmas Carol. Well, she certainly read A Christmas Carol, and she was saying who they all were. And what did she say? She said Corbyn was Marley. You know, just spending eternity wondering where he went wrong and all this. It was so perfect. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend
I
it.
might try and have a look
It
later.
was very good. I think I dropped her a tweet. If you go on my timeline, I added her saying, well done.
But there's some we have to say to a few people. Obviously, the guys behind the scenes, young Alex, for the past year, thanks so much. Daz, Lawrence, of course, and our Tez. Hopefully we'll see more of all of you next year, or even just see some of you next year. To all you guys that have been watching, thank you so much for being with us the past year. It's been fucking awesome. Hopefully we can keep going through 2020 as well. This is our last show of the year, but I don't know. You never know. We might get bored in between. We'll see what happens. But we will definitely be back in the new year. All details will be on the social media, on the website and things like that. With trigger warning, it's going to look better as well because I'm getting that capture card off Martin.
Yeah. Jason's a builder as well. We need to get on him.
Oh yeah, we'll have to.
We're desperate.
Builder and shoplifter. Fitter.
That's what I read.
I'm a shoplifter, lads. What do you need? Trainers and Viagra. Stuff we can sell in the pub. If you would like to support the project, you know where to go. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled, and we'll give dates for the next meet space. We'll, you know, what's going on. Trigger Warning Radio is going to get going more and more. And Natalie's got the Interlude, her metal show this year.
Yes.
First one was just last Sunday. If you're into your metal, you do want to check that out. My new podcast, I've finally decided what it's going to be. So that's going to start soon, my little radio show. Bit Hayden time.
Do you know which day it'll be?
No.
Oh.
It's just got to be different again, hasn't it? 'Cause we got what we do on Tuesday. Thursday's usually my time for spurging out, so it's got to be something just a little different again. But keep in touch. Keep keep your eyes peeled. I think the only thing to say is on behalf of myself and Graham and Cherry and Alex and Tez and Daz and Natalie and anybody else that's fucking involved in any way, shape or form. Each and every one of you, if you don't celebrate, it's still fine. I hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy and prosperous and free, trigger warning-y New Year. And I hope 2020 is going to be good for all of you.
Yeah.
There you go. See, that was fucking cheery. I can do that shit. I can do that shit. So now Graham has to get his fat ass up off the couch and go and turn this shit
I
off.
know. I was just getting so excited about when you talked about Christmas. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm going to be drunk. I'm going to actually get drunk for days.
I did that last year, didn't I? My son took photos.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I've got to get my fat belly up. Oh, God, it. Oh, God. Oh, you bastards, everyone here.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. If we're still going out, what's this Google moderator team shit? I've never seen that before. What's this? That's 2 people now that have been hit by the... Why are the Google team on our videos?
I've legit got no idea what that is.
Are we a fucking threat now?
Are they watching us? I don't know. That's
That's pretty
something
mad.
new. It's not Alex, is it? He's not going to do that.
No, Alex said he didn't do it.
No, it says Google moderator. It wouldn't say that, would it? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. This is creepy. Let's just test if they're watching.
But they are...
There is no such thing as ladycock. Trans women are trans women. Adult human female. I reckon we're all right.
No, there is something new in the terms, isn't there? About
Something creepy.
Comments. There's a comment moderator thing, but I didn't realise it was live comment. Motherfuckers.
Guys, just use misspellings. Right, see you all next year. Bye-bye.